Hey guys, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. It's a brand new patch. Servers went up early, although I'm actually not recording until the servers actually went up because I was doing the Namazu beast tribes and stuff. They're actually pretty fun. It was kind of a funny, interesting questline to start it off anyway. Sorry, look at that. I got a horrible cursor on my screen. Do apologize. Okay, so let us start the main scenario. Ruby Bazaar, yes. I've not actually read the patch notes. I know I usually have all the patch notes read, but the servers went up at 9 o'clock, and I've been putting stuff up on the market board, crafting some of the new recipes, making a whole bunch of gil, that sort of stuff. So I've actually not read the patch notes all the way through. I have got the patch notes up though, so that we can look at them and reference them. That's for sure. I've also got the job updates that we can talk about as we go through. Anyway, let's start the main scenario quest. Hello, that's a fucking nice stage. Can we have a stage like that? Why isn't that a housing item yet? Or maybe it is. Gosetsu and Tesu. 1,200 bucks. Reward. Nice. Sup, Alphino? Ah, you're not voiced, huh? That's a shame. Ah, Strife. How did he talk? Strife, impeccable timing. We have received letter from Lohian. He writes to the Domans and coordinate their efforts with the Blue Kojin to maintain a constant watch over the Red, but starting to look at signs of crystal hoarding and the like. They mean to nip any summoning attempts in the bud, therefore satisfying the conditions for the place set down by the ambassador. For the Galleon's part, the Populares have sent word to the vessel bearing the Doman conscripts. It is soon to arrive in Yangsher. Therefore, it seems the prisoner exchange is to proceed as planned. I'm sure it's going to go absolutely as planned. No issues will happen. Lohian requests your presence. I share his view that you should be on hand at this critical juncture. Check out my new glabs, guys. Is it sexy? Do you like it? You like the exposed arm? It's pretty good, right? According to the letter, Yatsu's memory has yet to return, so it looks like she'll be living out the rest of her days in Doma, assuming the ambassador means to honor their agreement, of course. Before we get to that, however, I think it would be wise to assess her condition one last time, if the Domans have missed any chance in her mental state. However slight, it would be better if Ashi wasn't the one to spot it. Agreed. Let us make straightways for the enclave. Is that how you say that? Lord Hien will be waiting. I trust that you will cope in our absence, Tataru. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. Be sure to come back safely, and bring some money with you, Alphino. You still owe me. Bye. Sweet. What's up, Tattoo? What's going on? How's the Four Lords? Alphino's been keeping a very careful count on his coins lately. I doubt he'd ask for a sip of water without asking the price first. Hehehe. What's up, Hancock? What's going on? I'm very much in favor of peace agreement between Doma and the Empire. Loosen the Imperial grip, I say, and trade routes breathe freely. I hear that, buddy. Get those trade routes going, that gil are flowing. Right, so, this is patch 4.3. We are in the main scenario. Where are we going? We're speaking with Hien. Do we think that that's just the Doman Enclave? The Edge of the Steppes got another teleport destination, by the way, for the Namazu tribe. If you do, now I understand that by the time this goes out, it won't have mattered. However, if you do the Beast Tribe, the new Beast Tribe first, you will be able to do it twice in the first day. So you'll be able to get just like an extra 3 coins, basically, and a little bit of extra reputation if you do it right away. Because there's at 3 o'clock, there's the daily refresh, which allows you to do the next set of dailies. Hello. Oh, this is the Doman Enclave. It takes an enclave. Shall we do this real quick and see what this is about? Let's do this. This is also new.
Strife, come and be praised. Come and be praised. I'm hoping you might pay us a visit. Is it ever an honor?
So this is rebuilding the Doman enclave, which is a very, very cool idea.
Once again, I must thank you for helping our brothers and sisters secure passage back home. With so many skilled craftsmen soon to be at our disposal, we of the Shinkai are ready to proceed to the next stage of our plan, to rebuild the enclave. Which brings me to a rather delicate matter. Perhaps you will find this shameless, but circumstances being what they are, I see no other way. The recollection and revelation of the enclave cannot hope to succeed without the contributions of the wealthy individuals such as yourself. I understand if you wish to refuse outright, but I beg of you, please listen to our proposal.
Sure. What's in it for me? It's no bother, really. Let's hear it. For the sake of Doma and her people, I should glad lend a hand. That makes me seem too eager. That makes me seem too eager. That makes me sound like an asshole. That makes me sound too eager. So let's go with it's no bother. It's no bother, really. Let's hear it.
Oh, thank you. I shall endeavour to be there. Never mind, I clicked past it. Where to begin? Of course, it's important that you understand the state of the enclave at present. I am sure that you recall how everything was when we first arrived. Rubble in the streets, buildings in ruin, and so forth. While we have made some superficial progress since the castle fell at Doma, we've liberated the scars of the occupation far from healed. You get some sweeping cutscenes. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh look, there's the Doma castle. I didn't really realize how close the enclave actually was. I guess it is just over there. That's actually kind of cool. The kingdom of Doma has prospered from the gifts of one of the Ron River. Is a success. The One River is the one that flows through the Edging Steppe. Remember that success industry and intellectually tried of our position here. Alas, in our struggle against the Gallians over the decades, much of what was built over the centuries was lost. Fertile farmlands and once yielded produce from export we are disposed, and what little remained we could barely feed our people. Yeah, build out that way, man. Look at that. You got some space over there. Our foreign rulers did not hesitate to impose their will on our local industry as well. Not only were we forced to purchase goods from the imperial concerns regardless of quality or cost, but our merchants were also forced to sell their wares at a galleons at a loss, assuming they received compensation at all. While those dark days are behind us, many of our former trading partners are reluctant to engage with the trade agreements for fear of the Empire's wrath. And so, for the most part, I will continue to fend for ourselves and craft what tools and so forth we require. Or so we would, had we have the facilities. Forgive me, it is not so desire on it is my second. Only problems may be many, but we are all wholly committed, to challenge before us. We are unlike the Shizdo, a hardy herb that can thrive even in the most inhospitable of conditions. You sure do talk a lot. I took inspiration from the strength of the subordinates when deciding upon a name for our organization, in fact. No matter the struggle, no matter the cost, the Shinkai will do everything in its power to overcome every hurdle and rebuild our home of ours. It's very nice. Oh, please excuse my sudden fit of passion. Why would I be, upset about that? It was most unbecoming. Anyway, I have spoken to the general state of the enclave. Let us discuss the more specific concerns. Though, having said that, I would be simpler if you were to see things with your own eyes. Please head to the worksite north of the Aephorite and speak with Mishiba. I shall join you shortly. Okay. Let's go find Mishiba first. So this is the Doman Enclave
like rebuilding things. So if we look on the map, like this is the enclave, right? We know this to be the enclave and whatnot. The fact that it like it's spazzing me out because it keeps like magnetizing to the aetheryte. It's really awkward and annoying. But we get to rebuild this, basically. We're going to rebuild it by vendoring them stuff, basically. At a slightly higher price, I believe. Hello. Hello, Mashiba. How are we? Well, well, you're Strife Soka, aren't you? Oh, in need of a hot meal? I mean, sure. Why not? Actually, he's here at my behest. I thought it would be best if a parental patron saw our efforts firsthand. Potential patron is what the words were that I could not read. Should you be so kind to explain to him what you do? Oh, of course. Oh, burden onto me, are we? Well, if you insist. Allow me to properly introduce myself. I am Mishiba. Once upon a time, I owned and operated the largest tavern in the enclave, and I had a hand in everything from balancing the ledgers and stirring the cookpots. Owing my experience, I have been asked to oversee the work here, in 10,000 stalls. You got some stuff. It's not like a city worth of supplies, is it really? But you got some stuff. What was that? Same look I gave Kusasu when she showed me this. When she showed me this place, 10,000 stalls by the kami. There's not even 10. But mark me, there will be. When we're through, this place will offer every imaginable cuisine. Just thinking about it is enough to set my heart racing and my mouth watering. So they're gonna have like a massive food court. Is that what they're saying? As I explained earlier, however, trade, or lack thereof, is a major problem at present. We simply aren't getting enough shipments. Oh dear. However, once our negotiations with foreign concerns bear fruit, we should be able to exchange whatever surplus we provide for a wider variety of ingredients, bringing us closer to resembling a Mitsuba vision. Very nice. This may seem like a silly goal to strive for. Why? But for improving the quality of life of our people in a clear, understandable manner, we can motivate them to work harder and tackle more difficult tasks. Doman will not be rebuilt in a fortnight. And we need every victory, however small. Sure. We have a bloody long road ahead of us, but we need only take it one step at a time. Whatever help you can contribute to our cause would be welcome. Thank you for taking the time to speak to us, Mishima. We should head back. Okay. There's not too much left to explain, if you would indulge me a little longer. Sure. I'll indulge you a little bit longer. So we'll be able to vendor stuff, right? Like cobalt ingots, wood, food, stuff like that. You'll just be able to vendor your random items. I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure it's a select set of items that they require. It's like a ledger of stuff that they need. The 10,000 stalls are but one example of what we hope to build here in the Enclave. Alas, there's much time and effort. We also take tremendous resources that I pray you will be willing to contribute. Raw materials, foodstuff, linens, medicines, all that would be of use. Anything and anything you can afford to part with would be welcome. Furthermore, as a token of our appreciation, we will provide a small grocery relief of a value of items to you relinquish. You need only place these items in a donation basket on my left, and I will calculate and gradually pay you immediately. Sure. So we put the shit in the basket, and she gives us stuff. She gives us the cash. I use the donation basket to contribute unneeded items. These items will be supply requisition of the blah 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 blah. Okay, so we can only do so many at a time, I believe. That was in a awkward place, wasn't it? Okay. So donation matters. So it seems like we can do anything we want to. Weekly budget is 20,000 gold. Okay. So we can go. You want a potion and an iron ore, and you take this coral skin if you like. How about some mandrake seeds? No, I want all this shit. Some soil. I don't. No, I want the soil. You can't have the soil. You can have this. This won't be of any use. You sure you want to donate? Yeah. It's $400. Look at that. So there you go, right? And then that's a grand total of 424, right? So we can donate that. And that gives us this. Thank you so much for your contribution. We'll pay you in favor. We pray that you will favor us with your generosity in the future as well. So we talk to her. And reclaiming items? Well, if you realize you made a donation in error, certainly be possible for us to return your items, provided you notify us immediately. Okay. I mean, I'm never going to do that, but whatever. So, we just got some cash for that, which we can't really see as added, because it's a big number. It is a cash, right? It's not like a random a new currency. No, it is just gil. So there you go, we got like $400 for that. That was fucking great. Okay, cool. So I'll come back and do that when I actually have a bunch of shit to donate. Hello. Lord Heard is expecting you. May I show you in? You may indeed show me in. Bit of a detour there, but that's fine. Sup, Heard? I see my letter reached you across the Ruby Sea. Thank you for coming so swiftly. Though I wrote at some length on the subject of the forthcoming exchange, there was one other matter I neglected to mention. The concerns of Kosetsu. As I have observed, he has returned from his ordeal rather worse for wear, despite his best efforts to console his condition, or perhaps because of them, he recently collapsed. Oh dear. Good God, is he alright? Confined to his bed, grumbling without cease, but he has shown signs of recovery. He made me promise not to tell you, lest worry unyieldly, which was very well when you weren't here. Now that you are, however, I think it's high time that he receives some visitors. Why don't you spare him a moment? Yosetsu will scarce leave his side, and I imagine you are curious to see what has become of her as well. We will visit him at once. Strife, Elise, shall we? Yeah. Let's go.
Open wide now.
This is a bit weird.
Pleased to you. I'm not so frail that I cannot feed myself. I grow weary of the taste of gruel.
You don't like it? Can I fetch you something else?
He was like super into it until we showed up.
Aye, wine. Or if that is not wholesome enough, I don't know. A sweet persimmon from Namai? I enjoyed them in my youth.
A persimmon.
It's a fruit.
Nay, pay me no mind. I am full. Besides, we have guests.
I hope we are not interrupting your meal. We had heard you were confined to bed and thought you might welcome some visitors.
Confined to... a gross exaggeration. A trifle drained from my exertions, perhaps, but with a little rest, I shall be fighting fit again in no time.
I'm sure.
Take off your clothes.
Excuse me?
Gosetsu, is this how you've been spending your time?
My lady, I assure you this is not.
Alphaneau is so pissed off.
Off with them. We need to wash you. You stink.
You've got guests. You wouldn't think that she was a type. Really? You're just gonna wash him now? We got fucking guests.
What are all these scars? There are so many of
Have
them.
you not seen them before? They were the ones. They're the bullet holes that you shot him with.
A life of battle will leave its mark upon a man.
It's bizarre that she's just like, whatever. Yeah, remember? You shot him a bunch of times.
Is something wrong, Tsuyu?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
Are you? I still find it a bit weird.
Leave me be, woman. I will not be fussed over like some newborn babe.
Don't shout at her. More importantly, just tell her not to wash you whilst these other people are here. It's fucking weird. What's up, Ian? We're back. Oh, you're not voiced, huh? That's irritating. They make a convincing pair, do they not? On first acquaintance, I would think him a doting grandsire, and her a model grandchild. Indeed, had someone told me a year ago that I would live to bear witness to such a scene, I would have declared them mad. That aside, I am relieved to see Gosetsu has lost none of his spirit. But what of his turn of events? I mean, her suddenly be watching over him. You couldn't make it up. Although, I suppose Gosetsu is an old man with the way he changes through his life. It can be easy to forget. Aye, it is recent distribute. That's the same defiance he showed the enemies of Doma. But no matter how admit his will, no man can carry on forever. He has pushed himself beyond the limits of his endurance too many times. Even his health returns. The fact remains. Yeah, the fact remains is that he's being washed in front of people. It's weird, Ian. I felt a little uncomfortable. He will never again be the warrior he once was. It's true. He has given... Do you reckon he's gonna die? Do you reckon Gosetsu's dead during this patch at some point? This is the end of the Doma side of this story. So, the rest of the patches will probably be spent in Alamigo before the expansion. He has given his liege and land. We will ask no more. And what of his nurse? If Yosetsu is flinging that, well, she certainly has me fooled. This is no penance. Oh, Yugiri. Hi, Yugiri. Like, immediately start blushing. Yugiri, out of all of us, I would think that you hardest to convince. So what makes you so sure? I have been spying on Yosetsu from the shadows, waiting for a misstep. I would betray her Khanate for or what it was. However, it's been kind of weird. She keeps washing him. But for her mask has never slipped. Not once. She has remained in character from the first one evening I watched her, as she sat in her chambers, unguarded and alone. She had taken the dishes from the cupboard and was pretending to prepare dinner right there on the Tatsumi, a child's game. Not even the wildest shinobi would not go in such lengths. I cannot conclude that her mind is truly broken. Well, that's good enough for me, if as everyone else I would hazard. Aye.
The matter is settled. Tetsu will become Tetsu and begin a new life here in Doma. It's a very complicated matter, isn't it? Before that can happen, however, we will need to present her to the ambassador one last time to prove that her memory is truly gone. But I would not risk parting her in front of the returning conscripts. Her presence at the exchange would only stir up malicious thoughts. Understandably, she as good as fetched her chains, vested in the chains around her neck. Aye, which is why I mean to conclude this business with Tetsu first, out of sight of my countrymen. Will you help me? We are at your service. There is no higher purpose than the pursuit of peace. My thanks. The galleons are on their way. We must prepare to welcome the ambassador. We will meet you at the docks with Tetsu. These docks? Docks like right here? Aye. Alright, I'm outie. Wait, hold up. Let's talk to Yugiri first. Hey, Yugiri. Even after weeks of surveillance, it was difficult for me to accept that Yosetsu's condition was genuine, but not as difficult as to accept Yosetsu's affection for her. Oh. What's up, Ian? The skiff will not take our meeting with the ambassador. We will join you at the docks once preparations have been made. Alright, Ian. Peace out, dude. That was not super interesting lore you dropped on me there. People doing all the donations. This is gonna be cool. So donating stuff will like eventually it will like build this place up, and it won't look quite as dead. It's gonna be like built up and stuff like that. It's gonna be really fucking cool. Hello. Shall we wait here then? Lord Hien should not be long. I guess we'll wait here then. My friends, have you seen Tetsu? She is nowhere to be found. What? But the galleons will be landing in a matter of moments. If she's fled, could it mean her memories have returned? I know not. Yugiri is scouring the streets as we speak. It is possible that Tetsu has left the enclave altogether. Captain, a word. Did you perchance carry a fair-skinned woman across the river? Fair-skinned woman, my lord? I do not rightly know. I think, yes. My lord, now that you mention it, there was a lady among the passengers whom I do not recall having seen before. Her face was hidden by a brim of her hat, but I remember taking her hand up into the boat. White as the new fallen snow, it was. Was she someone important, my lord? Have I done something wrong? Wrong? No. I was merely hoping to catch our guest before she departed. Be at ease, Captain. She's got to get a fruit, hasn't she, from Nami? Did you see that Tetsu has crossed the river? Kami, help me. No good can come of this. That's the intro into the patch 4.3. Back to front. Alright, well, next time we'll continue this. God like the morning dew. She's got to get a fruit. We already know where she is. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This is the beginning of patch 4.3. We're going to do the main story, and we'll probably do the continuation of the Four Lords story as well. We also did the Doman Enclave this time as well, which is pretty cool. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, leave a like and a comment down below. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.